I think the first inclination I had that Kennedy was someone special was when she volunteered to get up at 5 a.m. to stand in a queue and secure the optimal Business 101 lab for both of us so we wouldn't be stuck with the Monday or Friday spots or any ab earlier than noon, 2 p.m. Now, I should also note that neither one of us actually graduated from the economics program at Wilton-Lorraine University, which may or may not be due to the fact that we were the absolute worst study partners. Any opportunity for distraction was welcomed, and studying frequently took a backseat to late-night candy runs, pub crawls, dorm parties, and really any alternative to actually studying. The following 4 years are a bit of a blur, literally, but Kennedy and I became the best of friends, and naturally, when she moved to Toronto to attend Humber, I followed soon after. Much like university, our first few years in Toronto were frequented by pub crawls, house parties, but this time we had real jobs and disposable incomes to fund our bad habits. We were unstoppable. All jokes aside, we did manage to carve out careers for ourselves in the city, which was not easy, especially since we were starting our careers during the early throes of a world economic collapse. But we persevered and even both managed to be responsible enough to volunteer in our spare time for a local children's charity, eventually becoming co-chairs of the charity's marketing committee. Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. It was also during this time that I met my now husband, coincidentally also named James, while Kennedy and I were enjoying a night at one of our favorite Toronto bars. I actually sincerely credit Kennedy for having met him, and she has been a huge part of our lives ever since. So you can imagine that we were heartbroken when Kennedy announced that she had accepted a job in Waterloo and would be moving out of Toronto. And it was not long afterwards that we started hearing about a certain other James that had come into Kennedy's life. After a few months of hearing about this Mr. Sherwood fellow, we met James for the first time at my parents' place in Lauren Beach, and immediately knew that he would be someone special in Kennedy's life. With James's wicked sense of humor and blood for Canadian beer, we bonded pretty quickly, and both our Jameses have experienced quite the bromance these past few years. The one thing I love most about James is how happy he has made Kennedy. I have truly never seen her happier than she's been these past few years with James in her life. As much as it pains me that I've been replaced as Kennedy's life partner, I could not be more happy for the both of you, and look forward to many more years of laughs and reminiscing over a few beers, or whiskey. With that, I would like to propose a toast to the new Mr. and Mrs. Sherwood.
Yes.
I wish you both nothing but the absolute best in your new lives as husband and wife, and know that you have truly found your soulmates in each other. I love you both.
Thank you, Cathy. These speeches have been terrific.